So, this is Daniel from Mirra Build. I always forget my intro. Just go right into the thought. This video is more or less kind of I'm not really sure what direction's going on here. So I've done a lot of reading. I've read all the BMX page stuff, museum stuff over and over, and scrolled through tons and tons of pictures of bikes and some of the old videos that didn't have like Dave on the title that he was in. There's bikes out there that I haven't even seen on the museum yet, variations I should say. Back in the older stuff like 99, 2000, before the infamous white and red bikes. One thing I do notice and I'm running into is like the 2001, 2002, right? 2003 is where they had the gussets added here. And I think the rear dropouts are a little different, a little sleeker. That's around the time that he was switching to the Behringer bar and things like that, away from the knee savers. But that being said, I know that every color that you see Dave on, which I've mentioned in a few of my videos, he's on the year before. So like this color was the color of the, well, ish. I'm sure they changed the color a little bit by the time they put this bike out. But in the 2000 X Games where he did the double backflip, he was on an actual Y2K frame painted blue and didn't have these decals. So that being said, that's an easy way for anybody to grasp like how was this color, this bike right here. Well, this one's a right hand drive 44 tooth, but let's say it was a left hand drive 39 tooth. There's a few differences, a stem and things like that, but kind of puts in perspective the idea of his pictures. Like there's little subtle things here and there in each of the pictures that if you were to go off the color of the frame, it doesn't match the year that he was riding the bike, and it doesn't match some of the key features. And one of them being is this, your lower cable goes through the seat tube, as does the 2000 Y2K frames. This is a 2001, in case I haven't mentioned that yet. And in 2002, they added the barrel adjuster up the frame a little ways, and then you just ran your cable around your seat tube to your rear brake. And so his gray and raw bike that he rode, he was riding in 2001 into early 2002, didn't have this though. So my question is, and I really, there's people out there that know more than me, obviously a lot of people, almost everybody, in fact, all of them. I'm trying to figure out, because I can't, I've asked some pretty key collectors and things, because I have not seen a USA Pro. I haven't seen this bike in a USA Pro, this frame. I haven't seen a 2002 USA Pro frame. So did Dave just ride a 2000 USA frame all the way through until they did the gusset and they did the rear dropout difference and then change it up? And was that bike even a USA Pro? I haven't seen any of them. Not saying they're not out there. I'm just trying to answer an own question for my own self. Just getting the gears turning for other people as well. And maybe I haven't read something or I misread something that somebody could point me to. But that's kind of a crucial thing when you're doing spec builds, is trying to figure out those little key details. Now, like in the last video, we're talking about using flare frames until I find the right frames. But like I was saying, is there 01 and 02 USA Pro frames out there that were sold to the public because even the 2000 frame, like yes, he was riding the Y2K 2000 frame, that's sold frame only. You can get these bikes, the Taiwan Pros, just like this one's the Survivor. You can get this bike from a bike shop just the way it sits. Where the USA stuff, you had to buy the frame. And was the 2000 gothic looking riding on the decals so popular that everybody took their 2001, 2002 frames and turned them into 2000s? I'm not sure. But 2001 frame goes through the seat tube, 2002 goes to here. So if there was a USA 2000 frame, did they have that extra barrel adjuster? Or did they just retain it through the seat post? And again, I'm back to, did they just use the USA frame from the 2000s through all of them until the frame changed? I don't know. Leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of a few different things so I don't waste a bunch of money in the long run, basically. But I'm still going to continue to build my bikes the way they are, because like I explained, they are placeholders for my parts. I'm going to keep my Survivors, whether they're Taiwan or not, I don't care. It's still cool to have one of every color, the way that they came from a bike shop. And then that's probably what I'll do. I was going to take the flare frames and like hang them on the walls. I'm going to do a big once I get everything done, I'm going to do a great big display, all Haro memorabilia, and then hang my flare frames and forks and stuff like that, or put them on shelves or hang them or something, display them somehow in the background. Or do I just use those to build the Taiwan version colors that you could have got, and then just do, I don't know where I'd get that many USA Pro frames from, but I guess I'll figure it out. And if you have any, just cough them up, I guess. But eventually my spec builds will be 100% spec builds once I collect all my parts. And if they are USA frames, this one's really gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt real bad because I'm gonna have to pay some money for them all. And then maybe if people are interested, I guess, and I have duplicates of the flare frames that are painted and stickered up, decaled. I know I'm gonna get, you can't call them stickers, gotta be professional. Maybe I'll just sell those. I don't know, I just don't know. Cue Britney Spears. So anyhow, I'm gonna sit here and hang out with my buddy and think about it for a little while, delve into some more research again. We need subscribers so we can get sponsors like NOS energy drinks. In fact, this is probably the same one from the last video. That's the same one from the last video. God's good. Peace.